My coworker kept stealing my lunch from the office fridge, so I set up a trap that accidentally exposed the company's biggest secret and got 3 executives arrested. I work at a mid-sized marketing firm where lunch theft was becoming a serious problem. Every day, someone's homemade sandwich or leftover pasta would mysteriously disappear from the break room fridge, but for some reason, mine got targeted the most. At first, I tried the usual solutions. I labeled my food with my name in bold letters. I put it in opaque containers. I even tried hiding it behind other people's lunches. Nothing worked. 3 times a week, I'd open the fridge to find my carefully prepared meal gone. Just buy lunch instead, they'd suggest, not understanding that I meal prepped to save money for my student loans. The office manager, Janet, promised to send out another email about fridge etiquette, but the thefts continued. After 2 months of this, I was fed up. I decided to catch the lunch thief red-handed. I bought a tiny wireless camera online, the kind people use for home security. It was small enough to hide inside a fake soda can that I placed strategically in the fridge. The camera would record anyone who opened the door and send the footage directly to my phone. The first day, I caught nothing but people grabbing their own lunches. The second day, same thing. But on the third day, I finally got him. It was Marcus from accounting, the guy who always complained about being too busy to eat. At 11:47 a.m., clear as day, he opened the fridge, looked around to make sure no one was watching, and grabbed my turkey sandwich. He even had the nerve to smell it first, to make sure it was fresh. I was ready to march over to HR with the evidence, but then something interesting happened. 20 minutes later, Marcus was back at the fridge. This time, he wasn't stealing food. He was placing a small package behind the milk cartons, way in the back where no one would look. Then he quickly closed the door and walked away. I kept watching the footage throughout the day and saw something that made my blood run cold. At 4:30 p.m., our company's CFO, Richard Sterling, casually walked to the fridge, retrieved the package Marcus had hidden, and slipped it into his briefcase. This wasn't about stolen sandwiches anymore. I watched the recordings from the previous days more carefully. The pattern was there, hidden in plain sight. Koi employees would hide packages in various spots around the fridge. Ciandra executives would pick them up later. Sometimes it was Marcus and Richard. Sometimes it was Linda from HR and our pre-maze of Lenger. They were using our break room fridge as a dead drop for something, and I had accidentally recorded all of it. I spent the weekend researching what I'd captured. The packages were small, always handled carefully, and the people involved were all from different departments but at specific seniority levels. This looked like corporate espionage or worse. Monday morning, I made copies of everything and went straight to the FBI field office downtown. I told them I'd been trying to catch a lunch thief and accidentally recorded what looked like illegal activity at my workplace. The agent I spoke with took one look at my footage and immediately called for backup. Turns out my company had been under investigation for months. They suspected executives were selling client information to competitors but couldn't prove how the information was being transferred. My accidental surveillance footage showed the entire operation. The FBI used my camera setup to monitor the fridge for 3 more weeks, gathering evidence. They arrested Richard Sterling, Linda from HR, and 2 other executives for corporate espionage, fraud, and theft of trade secrets. The whole scheme unraveled quickly after that. They'd been selling client strategies to rival firms for over a year, making hundreds of thousands of dollars while our clients lost major accounts to competitors who mysteriously seemed to know their every move. Marcus, the lunch thief, turned out to be the lowest level participant. He was just a courier moving information between departments in exchange for small payments. He got fired but avoided jail time by cooperating with investigators. The company nearly went under from the scandal, but new management took over and were slowly rebuilding trust with clients and Marcus. He never got to enjoy that turkey sandwich. The FBI kept it as evidence. Now I buy lunch from the cafeteria downstairs, but I still keep my camera in the fridge. You never know what people are hiding behind the leftover Chinese food. Sometimes the smallest crimes lead you to the biggest ones.